It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey, guys. Good morning and welcome back. Happy Wednesday, which is kind of nuts because there's a lot going on today. I don't know if you guys realized or caught at the end of Vanderpump Rules reunion last night, but normally we get our reunions 1 week and then the next week. Apparently, we're getting part 1 last night and part 2 today. So with that, we will be recapping today at 11 a.m. after this on Down with Jason, Vanderpump Rules, the reunion part 1, and then back tomorrow at the same time to do it again. Why are you doing this to us, Bravo? Okay, well, I was a little behind on my 4 shots of espresso this morning, but Jason just dropped them off, thankfully. So we are good. I do have my 4 shots of espresso. I'm just waiting for them to kick in. But in the meantime, we have a lot to talk about. Guys, this is a subscribers-only live chat. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. We have over 180 people in the room in less than 2 minutes. You guys are absolutely amazing. And don't forget to smash that like button. I wanted to kick off with something that at least I feel is a little bit funny because we have to talk about the Nguyen stuff. All right. So before we talk about the Nguyen stuff, I did want to bring up this person who was impersonating Lisa Barlow because I thought, I love a good impersonation, and I thought she was great at it. Hold on. Here we go.
This is how it went when Lisa Barlow came in to film her Real Housewives intro. You don't have to like me. I love myself enough for the both of us. Was that good? Can I get some more Vita? 1 second. Hello? Hi. Yes, what? It's Sundance. One more take. In that case, could I just get a 44-ounce Diet Coke Light Ice with lemon, please? Thank you. You're the best. In my mind.
Okay. Well, thank you for a good impersonation. But if you guys haven't heard, we're here to tell you Nguyen has announced as of last night that she will be speaking her side of her truth. Now, do people want to hear her side? I've seen a lot of memes and a lot of fans on social media saying absolutely not. But she did say, she said, I will be finally speaking my truth tomorrow now that I'm allowed to. I will be taking questions after. Thank you to who all supports me. Okay. Guys, this is going to be interesting. I still can't believe there's 250 in the room already, but this is going to be interesting because Nguyen is now free of her PR obligations, her contractual obligations. What that means is, for me personally, I've said this numerous times, when I go on to get an interview, they have to be, if they are Bravo talent still, if they're fired from the show, they quit the show, or they're a friend of, it's a little bit different. But if they're an actual housewife, 9 times out of 10, they have to get it approved by Bravo PR. And then when they're let go, they can say or do whatever they want. It's like you're on your own. You're not representing the business anymore. So now for Jenny, she is allowed to do just that. Say whatever she wants and speak her side of the story. I'm just curious how people are going to react to it, especially with everything else going on right now. I think that, is it too soon? Is it not soon enough? Well, she couldn't speak out before. She didn't know if she was going to get fired. I mean, her apology, she was able to give us that. But what, her truth, what does that mean? Like, what are you actually going to say that's going to counteract the post that you put out? That's my biggest question. Let's see who's in the room, guys. I want to say good morning to everyone. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Rosemary, Emma, Annika, Julie. Hi, guys. Bernadette. Good morning, Prince, Alice. Hi, good morning. I slept in this morning, too. It was like the first time I've slept in forever. Terry Taylor, good morning. Lane, hello. Coffee Buzz. And Janelle, bonjour. Okay. All right. So with that, this is not the only problematic, let's call her a Bravo celebrity, not really a celebrity. She was on her first season of The Housewives. People didn't get to know her that well. People were falling in love with her family, but she's no longer on the show, again, because of the post that surfaced. She's not the only one. There's another person out there with a much bigger platform. And when I said she's on the verge of being canceled, people were like, canceled from what? Well, great question. She's a model, she's an influencer, and she's married to one of the biggest pop stars in the world as of right now. Her name is Hailey Bieber, and she's had some extremely problematic tweets resurface as well. If you guys don't recognize her, maybe you recognize him. They are married. We heard that they're trying for a baby, but anyone can say that. I feel like that's one of those things that you see. The Inquirer, Hailey Bieber and Queen Elizabeth both fighting over Justin Bieber's baby. Shut up. Okay? Just shut up. But more importantly, if these were real tweets, I think we could give a big shut up somewhere else too. First one said, shut up before I smack you back to your own country. Oh, Hailey Bieber. Second one said, to those foreigners who don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so sorry your country didn't have pilgrims and Indians to start such a sick holiday. Hailey Bieber? Knock, knock. Who's there? Do you know why we have Thanksgiving? Or was there something, did that just go over your very privileged head? Did we miss something here, Hailey Bieber? And to be fair, there were a lot more tweets that said a lot more ridiculous stuff that I'm not comfortable bringing on my screen. I mean, other people can do whatever they want. For me, there was no way I was bringing it on. Let's see. Alec Baldwin, that is her uncle. Hello, Rosemary. Lordy, another one. She did not say that. OMG. My daughter's last name is Bieber. Okay, well, maybe you don't want to be associated with that last name right now. I just entered, what on earth is Adam doing up at 6 a.m.? No, it's 9:30 here. So ashamed of our public school system. She's Stephen Baldwin's daughter, right? 321 watching, 131 likes. Let's get those likes up. And I'm not surprised Justin has made some racist videos. They truly deserve each other. Oh, all right. Before I start bringing up callers, because I definitely will, I'm going to go ahead and drop the call-in link too. I see a couple of you guys in the room. Go ahead and click the link. And I dropped earlier and I pinned at the top. I believe I pinned it at the top. Jason and I's live at 11 a.m. That way we can go continue the party over there. And I'm going to drop a few tidbits about that, but not a lot because we will be talking about it. Okay. And somebody just said it's 9:40 LOL. Yes, but I started at 9:30. Okay. And my coffee is still kicking in. And my soda water isn't doing shit for me. So good morning. Good morning. All right. So before we start bringing up callers to talk about Jenny, and also we want to talk about Hailey's problematic post, I do want to bring up just another, let's keep it, it doesn't all have to be heavy on us. So I'm sure that there's something else that I can bring up for you guys. Well, it's Salt Lake City related because we are talking about Jenny Nguyen. These two, what the hell are you doing in front of Mary's church? You're looking for your friend? Yes, is that what happened? She didn't show up to the reunion, so she must be outside of her church. Okay? The same church that multiple members of the congregation say that she's not usually there, but yes, let's show up right in front of it. Does that make sense? Is this a reach? I feel like this is a reach. Maybe that's just me, but they keep going. And hold on, look, they ended up meeting with, hold on, you can see Faith Temple Church right here. Let me see. Faith Temple Church right here, Pentecostal Church. And then you can see in the video that they ended up, you can't see the photo. They actually ended up meeting up with Rosie, the mom, Mary's mother, who I met with. Her brother met, just so happened to be there at the same time, Jen Shaw and Heather Gay in front of the Pentecostal Church. If that's a coincidence, then no. That is bullshit. Definitely bullshit. I can't even say it. In my mind, I'm thinking, you don't just show up to that. First of all, by the way, actually, maybe you do. Because, and guys, at 400 in the room, I'm going to bring up callers, don't worry. But maybe you do just show up, because when I showed up to the Pentecostal church, I was taking photos of myself outside, minding my own business, just trying to get a couple snapshots in. And when I had this woman walk up to me, and I've shared this story on here. This is me trying to take my own photos. I put my phone up against the pole and I tried setting the timer on it. And when I did, this woman came up to me and she said, "Can I help you?" And I was like, no. And she's like, "Well, what are you doing here? This is private property." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was private property." And this was before the interview. So now this woman is probably looking at me like, if she's seen the interview, "You dirty snake in the grass." And I was not, because actually this interview could have been very easily used to paint Mary in a bad light. And that was not the case. And that was the reason I did not take the interview to do that. Okay. So to the member of the congregation who might think that, but she did ask me, she's like, what are you doing here? I said, well, I'm a big fan of the Salt Lake City Housewives, and I know this is Mary's church, you know? And she's like, yeah, Mary hasn't been here in a long time, but we're so happy she left that TV show. Maybe then, maybe only then, Mary will rise again. And I was like, I don't know the lingo because I didn't grow up in the church. I didn't know that you say when you have like the first lady or the bishop, they will rise again. I just got a weird kind of taste in my mouth. So I asked her, I was like, will you take a photo with me? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to jump back on my Uber scooter and get out of here. So bye. And that's exactly what I did. But my whole point is she was just a random member of the congregation passing by who caught me taking photos in front of the church. How in the hell is Mary's uncle just going to be standing outside? This was not planned. Production did not call him. None of that happened. It's not adding up to me, but I'm not the only person who has an opinion around here. So let me bring up our first caller, Philly Diva. Hi,
Good
Philly.
morning.
Good morning.
Oh, good. You can hear me now. My computer was effing up last week. So.
Oh, no, we can hear you fine.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Okay. So here's my opinion about Salt Lake City.
Oh, gosh.
Because I'm going to keep it light this morning. Like, it's Hump Day Wednesday. I'm just going to keep it light.
Okay.
I'm very, very happy that, these YouTubers were doing their due diligence and everybody in the community held their foot to Bravo's neck to get Jimmy off the show. Like, kudos for doing a good thing. And I was just right there with it, like, just fire her. She didn't bring anything to the story, and she's a valid human being. So there you go.
Okay.
I was not surprised by her commentary. Those are things that, we've always heard. Like, and unfortunately, if you've ever seen the movie Menace to Society, there's a scene in there between the Asian store owner and the main character who is played by then Lorenz Tate. And that kind of tension is often felt in cities between Asians and Blacks. So I am not surprised by her commentary. You got to see the movie, and I'm hoping some of you get it. Like, it's just not, I wasn't surprised by
Jordan's down in the back room clapping for you.
Yeah, so unfortunately, this was not shocking to me. It was shocking that somebody who wanted to be on a platform said it.
Right.
But the idea of who said it and what was being said was not a surprise to me. So I am glad that Bravo did their due diligence to fire her.
But Philly Diva, what do you think about her saying that she's finally going to speak her truth today?
She has every right to. Here's
what
the thing.
Can she say though that she hasn't said?
All of these things can be true. Again, she meant what she said.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. The apology wasn't genuine. She meant what she said. And now she is going to react to the backlash. Like, she'll spin it however she wants to make herself sound good because, again, she did not mean the apology.
You think that she's going to try to save face right now?
Yeah. Like, and it's really not even saving face. It's really not saving face. It's saving endorsements. Like,
and I was reading on social media where some people were like, maybe Jenny is doing this for the safety of her children, because right now because
probably
of her
older son. Yes. I believe that is also part of it.
Okay.
I don't believe, that the sense of the child should reflect the mother. A lot of times younger generations don't even feel what older generations, you know what I mean? Like, so
right.
that may not be the case, but at the same time, racism is taught. So I don't know. Like, I don't leave the kids alone. Nene said it best, leave the kids alone, leave the kids alone, leave the kids alone. The kids don't have anything to do with it, but she probably is, as a mother, trying to save her children. Right. Unfortunately, whether the kids deserve it or not, they may receive some backlash because their mother was on a platform.
Right. And I mean, it's not the first time that something like that has happened. There have been a lot of people in the past who have said things and their kids do get, they experience the consequences of it, whether it's at school or whatever the case is. I mean, it would make sense at this point if she was nervous how people were going to treat her family after these resurfaced, because now people will recognize her and maybe even recognize her husband or her family. And you never know how someone's going to these posts, they trigger a lot of emotions. A lot of people are extremely pissed off. You can't dance around this.
Here's also the thing, and this is also what should be taken into account. Whether she faces this on social media or not, backlash on social media or not, she's lost her job.
Right.
She did not have any other income that we know of. She was a housewife.
Right.
So
she had a couple of businesses that she sold, and now she's a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like, she may have been an entrepreneur at some point, but at this current moment of filming and right now, she didn't have any,
right,
any income, any, outside residual income. And I say that to say she's been punished for something that she did not do on the show. Exactly, to my supporters. She knows that there are people who agree with her.
Right.
So what she will do is now take this new platform and build on that. So you can expect her to probably have podcasts. You can expect her to probably, do some kind of merch that'll be cleaned up. It'll be along those
if you monetize off of this,
what was what's the branding? Guys, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. The alternative for fuck Joe Biden is go Brandon something. Sorry for Christmas.
Oh yes.
He's monetizing on that now. He hated it in the beginning. He said this is not me and blah 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 blah. But now he's monetizing on it. He had it's on his car. So I absolutely see her monetizing on this. I absolutely see podcasts and going down that role for people support her. People agree with her. Oh, if you listen to cops, you wouldn't get shot. You know how many times people have said that to me? And I'm not talking about in the 90s as a teenager. I'm not talking about in the 2000s I'm talking recently. So people, yes, agree with her. People support her. And the only reason she took those posts down off her Facebook page is because she was filming reality TV, which is what they have to do anyway.
Right.
That wasn't something that she deactivated her account. No, they all have to do it. What are you talking about? Everybody does it. You see them go blank for 3 months. Everybody does it. What are you doing? So the excuses and the war was me, nobody believed it. Nobody believed it. That's why she got fired. Nobody believed it. So she's absolutely going to monetize on this. People are absolutely going to support her. And it is going to be up to everybody else to keep their foot on her neck. I'm not here for it. She'll never make another dime as far as I'm concerned.
Shit. Okay. All right, Philly Diva. Well, hopefully you stick around. If not, tell your beautiful little baby we said hello, because we always love seeing her cameos on here. And if you're around, we'll bring you back up. I'm going to go ahead and start switching the conversation and rotating callers.
No problem.
Good morning. Thank you. Philly Diva is always so amazing. And if you guys haven't caught her daughter make her little cameos on here, so cute. You could tell it's just a testament to Philly Diva as a mom. I do want to bring up, before we bring up Georgia, Carolina, Tea Talk with Shaw, Krista Marie, I want to bring up one more thing while we're on this topic, because there was more backlash coming out. The Bravo fans were like, okay, you got rid of Ginny. Moving on. It almost reminded me of when, by the way, guys, 500 in the room. Don't forget to smash that like button. This is a subscribers only live chat. If you're not subscribed, you can't engage in the chat. Simple as that. Now, getting back to it. For me personally, when I finish everyone was telling me when I did the Mary's parents interview, Adam, take a minute and just enjoy it. You're getting picked up over here. 2 T's in a pod, Heather McDonald, Juicy Scoop. And I'm like, that's not how my head works. The interview's done. I need to start working on my next thing. I don't ever take a second to enjoy something. And maybe that's why I am a Bravo fan, because it looks like the Bravo fans are the exact same way. After Jenny Nguyen was fired and Bravo released their statement explaining, listen, we took a little bit longer and we apologize. We did let Jenny Nguyen go. And Jenny came out and said that she's going to speak about her side of the story. Fans were like, no, girl, what about this woman? Ramona Singer. Fans were having a tizzy. There were comments saying, okay, now Ramona. Okay, cool. So what about Ramona? Is Ramona next? And Ramona next challenge. Now do Ramona. Then Ramona needs to go. Okay, thanks. What about Ramona? And Ramona. Now Ramona, we've been waiting. So what about Ramona's horrible commentary? I was so offended by her this season. Next, Ramona. Ramona, if you thought you were the OG of New York, girl, you're working on a one-way ticket to just being a real estate agent. I guess that is the best way to, you better go knock on your ex-husband's door, figure out and fix your life that you put in shambles because of reality TV. You better ask him, what do we do next? Because at this point, Bravo fans are about to boycott you because there were so many insensitive comments made throughout the years. Ramona Singer is a repeat offender of a lot of outlandish shit. And there was even an investigation launched within Bravo this past season, technically on Ramona, for allegedly saying this is why we don't have people like her on the show. She actually got a little bit more descriptive than that, allegedly, from what they're saying. But the investigation, they said that they found nothing. One thing that it doesn't connect for me here is I wonder if Bravo was trying to, and I love Bravo as a network. I'm always trying to see the good in everyone. I try to play devil's advocate, but I'm wondering if Bravo was trying to save face and say, you know what, we found nothing in the investigation. But then Heather Thompson, who was in the house when this was allegedly said, hold on, nobody asked me, and I heard it. So then it makes me question, if she's coming out here and saying this because she has nothing to lose, was there a real thorough investigation? Or was this your way to tell the fans, we looked into it, we found no foul play, and Ramona Singer will be back on next season because, well, she's a staple on our franchise. It does make me question, but let's bring up some callers and see what they think. Hi, Jordan.
Hey.
Hi, Shaw.
Hey, Adam. Hey, Jordan.
Good morning.
Hey.
Okay.
Good morning.
Jordan, I saw you in the room first, so I'm going to ask you with this Ramona Singer situation. First of all, we know that Jenny Nguyen is speaking her side, whatever that means today, okay? And now people are over it. They don't care. A lot of people don't want to hear her side. There's memes everywhere on social media. They're just like, goodbye. And now they're like, girl, you can speak whatever you want. We have a new target. It's Ramona Singer. Are you shocked by this? And do you think it's appropriate?
People have been boycotting Ramona. Ramona, you have been in danger, girl. You have been next. You have been on the chopping block. You have been trapped in the revolving door of racism for years and years and years, girl. We have been on Ramona's neck. Okay, like this is not anything new. The kids have been talking about this all through the Twitter sphere. So, I don't know why this is news to anybody because we've been on Ramona.
Do you think, because, and Shaw, this might be a question for you too. Obviously, we know, I was talking to Richie, and when I brought Richie on for my 100,000 subscriber celebration, he explained to me, he's like, Adam, I don't want to do the Salt Lake City recap today. I don't feel right about it. I don't even want to watch the show right now. I'm sick to my stomach. Like, this is not something I want to cover. And this isn't the first time Richie and I have had this conversation. We were supposed to recap Orange County together for season 15. And after watching the first episode in Kelly Dodd, Richie just called me right after and we recapped it because he said, listen, I committed to doing a recap. I'm going to keep my word. And after he called me, I was moving from LA to Florida. We filmed it out of my hotel room. And he said, I can't do this. I can't support that. I'm not supporting her. I'm not watching the show, which is, it was Richie's standpoint. And it was his stance that he was taking on not, accepting or participating in someone getting a platform who is so incredibly far out there. And now I'm wondering, with Kelly Dodd being fired, Jenny Nguyen being fired, because there are so many people who will boycott the franchises. Will the same thing happen to Ramona? Because it's do or die right now for the New York franchise. Like, just as much money as they had to put into Orange County or the cash shakeup and time, whatever you want to call it, they're doing right now with New York. If they mess this up, this could be huge.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it's so performative. I think whoever screams the loudest, that's who they remove. We still had Mary on the show who made racist comments on the show. And as you had mentioned previous many times, that they had the option in the editing room to cut it. They didn't cut it. They let people be triggered by it and for her comments to come out. And it's completely disrespectful. Like Emily said on the live the other day, Bravo needs to make a standard and stick to it. This is performative. You can't have people get mad and then all of a sudden Jenny gets fired. But the energy was not kept for Ramona. The energy was not kept for Mary. It wasn't kept for that girl on Below Deck. There's way too many people coming up on Bravo with this. They need to have a racist standard. If we catch you or if we see something in the vetting process that doesn't fall in line with our platform's values, we're not going to have you on the show, and we're letting you know now. So if there's something that we can find in your past tweets, past Facebook posts or whatever, this is not the network for you. And they need to do a better job vetting people. This came out last year in Jenny's case. And I'm actually really disgusted that she thinks she's going to come and like tell her truth, because there's no truth to be told. Let's be clear here. Okay.
I thought her apology was her speaking her truth. So
Yeah,
now can
that's
we
it.
all just
You
admit
said
that
what
the
you said.
apology was BS now? Because now
want
you all of a
Nguyen-
sudden have a truth to speak
Jenny,
when
let's be
you
when
were the first
everything
person to
was
put out a
going
statement.
down, everybody chose a side. Let's just be clear. You were either with BLM or you were on the side of, whatever else is going on over there. Okay.
I made
You
plenty
made
of
a
videos about
decision.
it.
Yeah, you made a decision. And when you made that post, you knew exactly what you were saying. So I don't know what truth you're coming to give to us. But at the end of the day, like you said, Jordan, it needs to be an apology. It needs to be a more in-depth apology about your ignorance about the movement, about you not fully understanding the complexities of, social injustice and institutional racism. That's what it needs to be, because I don't want to hear nothing else.
For me, there's
Honestly.
nothing that she can say that I'm ever going to believe is being genuine, because how is it that you can put out an apology and then go back and say, I need to speak my truth?
I'm wondering though,
Right.
Jordan, just to play devil's advocate here, and just because I'm trying to understand, I wonder if what happened for Jenny was she gave a short version of what she really wanted to say, because Bravo was like, we need to approve the message that you put out, and until we figure out if we're firing you or not. And then that's what she was approved to put out. And now she's like, okay, since now no one's censoring me, I'm going to say everything I want to say.
Well, in that small clip of her trying to say whatever she could say, she spent that little bit of time trying to defend why she posted it within the context of an apology. She sat here and said, I apologize, but I posted it because I was speaking out against violence. Yet you're posting things that say, if you don't do what the cops say, then you wouldn't get shot. Or I'm tired of people saying that the police need to be reformed because you've had 18 years to teach your children not to commit crimes.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Pay
just
attention,
disgusting.
children.
It's
Pay
disgusting. And
attention.
it's so ignorant. I think if that's the only thing I would like to hear from Jenny personally,
I
is
don't want to hear
that she had
nothing.
to educate herself on these topics, very complex topics that she probably didn't know anything about when she made that post. And from then she has seen. But that's the thing too. The posts were not deleted. She just deactivated her Facebook account. So
And
that's
here's
two different things. So it's not like you went back and said, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. You deactivated the entire account, but they were still there.
And then on top of that, she said within the apology that she deleted that Facebook because those posts were wrong, but yet it was proven that that Facebook wasn't deactivated until the day after she got exposed for it.
Yeah.
So you've been BSing us this entire time. Why do we need to hear anything from her, and why is anybody expecting any level of truth from anything that this woman has to say?
So let me ask you, Jordan and Shaw, regardless of whether or not you want to hear from her, she will be speaking out. Will you be listening to see what she says just to see, or are you just like, no, I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear not one word.
Oh, I'll be front and center because
Yeah,
at the
I'll
end
be
of the
listening.
day, I've basically turned this into a series on my channel. Like Jenny Nguyen has single-handedly turned my channel into a racism reality TV rant channel. Like legitimately, she has single-handedly converted my content. So I'm gonna be right there because this is just another chapter in the revolving door of racism that Jenny has pushed me right into.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be listening too, for similar reasons. We covered it on the podcast last week, and I just kind of want to see what she's gonna say. In addition to that, it's like Bravo is also greenlighting a lot of Black content for the next quarter. So it's like, we have Candy Show, there's other possible spinoffs. So I just want to see like what is Bravo really going to do about this? And if Jenny continues to kind of make it worse by this statement, is there going to be something? I mean, I don't know. Are they going to
I
remove
think
her
the fact that she's
reunion?
making a statement is making it worse.
Do you
Yeah.
think, real quick, before we move on to the next subject, by the way, guys, 600 in the room, smash that like button. Do you think with Jenny officially being fired, Jen Shaw, her fate really up in the air, us not knowing, and Mary Cosby walking away from the reunion, that leaving Meredith, Whitney, Heather, and Lisa Barlow, do you think that Bravo is scrambling to Mary Cosby right now and saying, what do we need to do to get you to continue filming? Like, we understand you didn't come to the reunion. That's a no-no. It can't happen again. We want you back. What do we need to do? Or do you think they're like, we'll find somebody else?
There's two ways that they could be playing that. It could be because they're completely ignorant and they don't see how Mary Cosby is being dragged just like Jenny all through these social media streets, and they think that she's going to actually save the show when it's probably just going to backfire.
Okay.
Or they could be paying attention because of everything that's happening to Jenny, and they're like, "Oh hell no! She walked away. Let her go as far as possible. Keep walking, sister. Keep going. You ain't bringing no more drama around here. We trying to save this franchise, not sink it. You done already boarded up that church. You are not boarding up the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Gone."
Yeah. No, yeah, I would agree. I feel like they should let Mary just walk on her new journey, because honestly, if they don't and they've already fired Jenny, it makes them
Walk
look
on
like
by.
they're not standing up for what they said they were doing. So, Mary has made multiple racist comments, and including like fat shaming Heather. Like, I need her to go. I'm over it. She can go. They are gonna need to cast new people. But yeah, I would say don't beg Mary, let Mary go, so that way you can say, well, we don't have anybody who's gone against our guidelines on the show. We're gonna start fresh. We're gonna cast 2 new people. If
Angie
Jen ends up,
Harrington, get your storyline together.
yeah,
I'm
No.
just kidding, but I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. I was like,
Figure it
no.
out.
I think if
Figure it
Jen
out.
goes to jail, they are gonna be
Scramble.
in trouble, because who's really left? I mean, I love Heather. I love all of them. I love the remaining ones. I like them,
They
but they're
all
gonna need a
It's not
couple
contribute
more
a
enough.
certain level of
firecrackers.
crazy that I admire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna need a
Shaw,
couple more.
Shaw and
Non-problematically.
Jordan, if you don't mind, stick around. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down, and then I will bring everyone back up.
All right,
Sounds
love.
good. Thank you, Adam.
All right. Thank you. All right. So I do see our other callers in the room. I see Krista Marie, Philly Diva still here. I see Steven. Of course, we have Jordan and also Shaw. But I did want to share you guys, I was talking to you about my gas station shams. Okay. I go to the gas station. I get my champagne because it's a good gas station. I'm not going to like one of those gas stations like where there's, sometimes like I've been in a lot of gas stations and I'm weird. I like the smell, like a gas station and smelling it. I'm not like sitting there huffing a gas station, but it always reminds me of going fishing with my dad and getting a Yoo-hoo. So when I go to a gas station, it just like triggers that weird memory for me. But this gas station next to me now, it's pretty nice. And I get my shams there. It's a little expensive if I don't want to go to the grocery store, but it has its perks. So I got my gas station shams last night and I was talking to Jason. This is what happened.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a classy bitch all the time, so
There we
it's
go.
fine.
All right, show me what you
All right, I get.
Oh, Are you okay?
What?
What the hell?
We can drink.
One more
Is
time.
that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a classy bitch all the time, so.
There we
it's
go.
Fine.
All right, sure.
All right, I get.
Oh. Are you okay?
What?
And people actually ask me, hold on, shh, be quiet, Bachelor Nation. People ask me all the time, why do you watch The Bachelor? That's why. Marquise said, Marquise Wilson, Mary was entertaining, but after that, I only like light people at the reunion comment slipped out. I had to put her on notice. Oh, okay. All right, guys, again, I see our other callers. Before I bring them up, I want to bring up a blind item that came out because we love our blind items. 620 in the room. Don't forget to smash that like button. Can we get to 700? It's a question for you guys, not for me, but I would love to. Let's bring up the blind item, and I want to see in the live chat who everyone is guessing that this is. Blind item number 4. Guys in the live chat, sound off, please. This East Coast housewife had to buy her own car and pretend it was a present from her betrothed. He cheats on her. Oh, and those diamond-studded gifts he was passing out over the holidays are not real diamonds. The housewife won't bail, though. She can never admit making a mistake. I already know who I feel like it is. Again, it's a blind item. Nobody's confirming with me. But in the live chat, please, is it Teresa, Teresa G, Teresa or Portia? I didn't think about Portia. Teresa, 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 Teresa. Oh my gosh, Teresa, 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 Teresa. Kyle Richards is not an East Coast housewife, but that's who I was going with too, guys. I was thinking it's a little bit, maybe, I think it's Teresa. Now, we know that Real Housewives of New Jersey, the next season is coming on February 1st. I'll be collaborating with that or on that with someone who I love having on my show. Hasn't been on the show for a while. Recently made kind of like a cameo, but not really like a full entire live. But I am excited for New Jersey to be back. And a lot of people are anticipating Teresa's relationship with Louis. He's been accused of being a sex addict, of withholding like material things from his ex-fiancés and girlfriends and punishing them if they don't have sex with him 3 or 4 times a day. He had to go to court over this. They settled outside of court. This man has a lot of red flags around him, and he is very obsessed with Teresa. Now, if he is all about the 3 or 4 times a day, Teresa has said on the show, you know, she has needs and she went to prison and it's time. So maybe she's okay with that. I don't know, but that does seem like a huge red flag, and it is going to play out on this season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. And they've already started dropping preview clips where you can see Teresa sitting outside by her pool with her daughters having a conversation about Louis Ruelas. When they are, the daughters are even concerned, saying, Mom, it's only been a year. She's like, but Gia, it's been a whole year. And she's like, right, Mom, a year's not that long. And I'm thinking in my head, Teresa, I feel like you lead with your heart, not your head. But who are we to sit here and bash you, especially when you did the crime or he did the crime, you did the time, you paid his restitution, you got your family back out on top. And I think at this point, all of the fans want to see Teresa win, especially because she comes with her 4 daughters and nobody wants to see any more hurt caused to this family. But I am curious how this is going to play out. Before I end up bringing up some more callers, there was another list of tweets that I wanted to bring up just because Ronald Richards is at it again. And this time it's about Erica Girardi. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so Ronald Richards, here you are. Ronald Richards tweeted 11 hours ago. This video was sent from a follower on our Instagram page. If you have videos or photos of these earrings given to Erica Jayne from misappropriated funds, please send them over and we will catalog them. You can't fool our Twitter detectives. Hashtag Girardi fraud. Hashtag RHOBH. Here's the video.
We're such a big loss. I finally got these back 2 years later. These are more expensive than those, so it took a little bit of time to replace these. My last Cartier piece I received for Christmas, I'm gonna say like a few years ago. I chased this ring literally around the world. Any boutique that I would go to in any city around the world, I always ask, do you have a Panther? Do you have a Panther? Do you have a Panther? And I would just look at it and stare at it. And I was fortunate enough that Santa Claus came through one year. Absolutely beautiful. I miss these as well.
I don't know if that was Santa Claus, girl. or if that was the money that was misappropriated from victims. I don't know. I've never associated Santa Claus with, I've never even said those words in the same sentence before. But okay, hold on. It keeps going. Now, getting back to it, Ronald Richards also tweeted a few more things. If you guys don't follow Ronald Richards on Twitter and you want constant updates on what's going on in the legal realm with the Girardis, Jen Shaw, anyone affiliated with Bravo, he's definitely covering it. But 13 hours ago, he said someone wanted the Erika Jayne jewelry receipts posted. Here they are. 1 letter to FTB admitting she has them. 2, a copy of the $750,000 check for the purchase. And 3, declaration under oath from the M&M jeweler. Twitter receipts. And then there was one oh my gosh, he just posted 13 minutes ago. Hold on. Oh, and 30 minutes ago. It keeps going. Trying to break down this massive wire and tax fraud by Girardi Keese. Receipts. Erika Jayne received millions in jewelry purchased by Girardi Keese, faking M&M checks as case costs. Recently, foolish Erika Girardi claimed an interest in the firm under penalty of perjury via her attorney. Breaking. Bankruptcy judge has reviewed papers and found them to be valid and has set an immediate hearing on the compelled turnover of Erika Girardi's diamond earrings. This judge has only set hearings after he reviews papers. Okay. Lastly, here are Erika Jayne's bad legal decisions. Ronald Richards is up and at him 13 minutes ago. 1, lost motion and reconsideration plus appeal objecting to trustees counsel. 2, lost motion to prevent other lawsuits. And 3, refused to settle voluntarily. 4, filed money claim in bankruptcy claiming she had a CP interest in Girardi Keese firm. This is exactly why I need Emily D. Baker or Ronald Richards, somebody on the case, because there's always new information coming out that I don't necessarily understand, but this shit's going to be going on for a long time. Even Emily D. Baker said on our 100,000 celebration, she was like, this could go anywhere from the next year and a half to the next 5 years. Like, this will not be over anytime soon. And even when it is over and they go through the bankruptcy and everything, Erika's next issue might be the IRS. This sounds like a long haul for Erika. I'm going to go ahead and see what you guys are saying in the live chat. But while I do, let's go ahead and bring up 2 more callers. Hi, Steven. Hi, Krista.
Hey.
How are you? You all right?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Still in the UK.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm going to start with the Erika Girardi story. You know, at first, when we were talking to Ronald Richards and we had him on the channel, he was saying that Erika was claiming all of her gifts from Tom Girardi. Well, that's exactly what they were. They were gifts and not community property, and that she is not turning over any of them. Now, I've even said to Ronald Richards, and a lot of fans have you looked at the handbags? Have you looked at the certain, just going through the different material items that she has? And Ronald said at one point, I don't know if anyone's really necessarily interested in the handbags. And I'm like, hold on. Some of those handbags are worth over $100,000. Talk about a Crocodile Hermes Birkin. Like, we have some expensive shit in this lineup, but they weren't really interested. Now the judge is seeing, or at least the attorneys are seeing, how much her jewelry and her material items are actually worth. One pair of earrings being worth over $1 million.
Wow.
Can we just highlight, though, it's all really ugly.
I mean, yeah, I think so as well.
She's got the worst taste ever.
I mean,
take her fake Turkish hair out of, by the way, I say Turkish hair because she's importing it from AliExpress from Turkey because that guy exposed her on her website.
Right.
Found all the stock images.
By just literally inserting her photos into Google Images and found the exact same.
I was so mad that I didn't think about that. Like, why didn't I think about doing that?
But you didn't think about it because you're not crook and her and Tom.
I know. True.
But there's nothing else to say. Like, it is the worst kept secret now. I do wonder about the motion of Erika, because when I watched Emily and was watching Ronald, and the one clear thing was, and when we were talking about the Erika thing, and everyone's going, "Oh, did she? Didn't she?" And I was like, "Look, he's claimed he's got dementia," and I think it was either Emily or Ronald who said the diagnosis of the dementia cannot be proven until Tom unfortunately passes away, so they can declare that he is not sound of mind by just in words. Mm-hmm. But when the post-mortem would actually say it or not, and it's even coming out now that he, you know, God forbid, but the rumor, it's the perfect cover up, isn't it? He can't go and he can't make,
he committed the perfect crime.
He can't be indicted. She's covered. He's not sound of mind. No one can make him prove it until he pops his little clogs, and she'll be covered in more tacky clothes, more tacky jumpsuits, no jewelry. Boo-hoo.
From what we're hearing right now, too, they're saying, I've talked to a few people who are close to production and close to our Beverly Hills Housewives, and they're saying that Erica has a new guy, allegedly. We'll see. But apparently there's a new guy in Erica's life who's funding her life. And I even said, when this person told me, I'm like, I know we can't be shocked by that. She ran in these social circles for over 20 years. It's like Lala Kent. Like, I don't expect Lala Kent now to go and date, you know, to go date one of the servers back at Sir. I don't expect that, because she's now, she's been introduced to this lifestyle, this opulent lifestyle with the Rolls Royces, and she's sat at the table with Sylvester Stallone. And yeah, I think that she's ran in the social circle for long enough, which was only 5 years, but Erica's ran in it for 20, that she is not going backwards. She is going to make sure she finds somebody with the bag.
He always had girlfriends, though. So you telling me that he was off boning 7 other women or whatever, and she was just sat at home slapping her crotch, going, "Oh, it's expensive."
She has no.
She's probably got a man here, a man there, and a boy toy here.
I mean, honestly, if I were her,
she
has no emotional ties to people. Don't you guys see that though? I pointed this out in my video. Erica Jayne has never once, in that entire time we saw her on Beverly Hills, ever talked emotionally about her children, her family, or her child, like her son. One time.
I'm talking about sex, though. I'm just talking about sex.
No, but listen, this is what I'm getting at. She doesn't have. Okay, she was married to a man for money, a contractual marriage, which means she had no intimacy, and she was okay with that. So she doesn't have it in her to have emotional connections. So yes, she's going to find another rich man. I don't care. I don't think she has any sexual drive at all. I just think that, like, she was willing to be in that marriage, so she's not looking for, like, she's going to be.
She reminds me of Ginny from Jersey Shore when she's like, after I have sex with the guy, I will rip his head off. And I'm like,
yes. And what? So you know that, like, she wasn't sleeping with Tom. I mean,
if I were Erica technically, and I knew Tom was doing the stuff that he was allegedly doing, I would have just had a hot young guy. I would have a hot young guy on the side and pretend like he was a part of my glam squad. And then every time Tom walked in, I would have him be like, "Oh, hey, Tom," like that.
They were okay with their situation. I am not. Listen, he knew everything, and so did she. Okay, this is nothing like. Listen, she's okay. As far as like the perfect crime, you're absolutely right. I said this from day one when I first heard she filed for divorce. I called Zach Peter. I said, this asshole knew he was going to die. He was old enough now that even if he doesn't have any kind of, I said, either watch, he's got a terminal disease. Watch. He did this to the point where he ran the money out. He knew he was going to die. He's a lawyer. He knows how to push a trial in case he got criminally charged. I didn't think the conservatorship, but I mean, that was genius. Like, so he has his brother do the conservatorship. He left her hanging because I think he got tired of the situation. I think that he kind of was like, and I really do think he got sick in the end, but that doesn't negate everything he did for the 30 years prior to that. Right. But so he definitely did. Whatever it is, like, this was the perfect crime, because even if he doesn't have dementia, he's not going to live long enough to face a trial. You know what I mean?
No, but the documents have been sealed. The documents were sealed, and someone even said that was very, very that he managed to get that done, and he managed to get that done because of the political ties that he has. Look, at the end of the day, it's not a great name to mention here, but unfortunately, if Jeffrey Epstein was that rich and that powerful, and in Florida he managed to wing his way to his own prison, have documents sealed, have this sealed, Ghislaine's managed to have it done. The crimes are very, very different, but the level of power and corruption we're talking about here, Tom is way up there, and he was a good man, and then he decided to do bad things because he was able to do that within the realm of his
It's giving me Ozark vibes.
If you know what I mean? Totally. It's all orchestrated. They know.
So she knew.
Nothing's gonna pop up.
I think she knew. I think she knew towards the first of all, his ex-wife put it in her divorce decree or whatever that he was doing this. So the people that sit around and are claiming, oh, dementia, his brother, I'll take care of him. Those people and the people in his office, why did they let this man who's basically pooping himself? Okay, that's how sick he supposedly is. Who's letting him drive to work? Who's letting him go to court? Who's letting him go to the office? Who's letting him do trials? Like the bar knew about this. Like literally, like the people, honestly, somebody besides, since he's not going to be held accountable.
How many people do you think he's reduced sentences for? Got out of trouble, congressmen, political people.
So many. The bar, judges,
that's
the bar, his brother, his wife.
That's the nature of.
Nobody saw this man was that sick that he needed conservatorship. Get that fuck.
I don't want to say. I want to mention it. By the way, I'm not diminishing.
No, I know.
The case of the dementia. I don't want to trigger anyone or upset anyone because they may well believe this story, and that is totally up to them. But the point I'm making is, no one is actually going to know if he had it until he actually passes away. Now, wherever she is by then, whatever she's selling or whoever she's humping, or if she's been managed to make enough money, leech on to the next person that is the get out of jail free card, there may be. But for me, it's more, again, like what we touched on yesterday. We're sat there and we're watching people, and like we're going to now. I just hope that Sutton and Garcelle, I really hope that the only thing that can change with Beverly Hills is that they put women in there that are going to not be afraid of the machine that they've created.
Yeah, it makes me nuts.
The Fox Force 5, because it's not sustainable. It isn't sustainable. Like, I don't know.
They're not real friendships.
I've heard that Sutton isn't believing Dorit at all. But Dorit had lost her diamond. Then this happened. And the thing is, as well, is we as viewers are put in a bit of a. If you say you don't believe these things, the visceral reaction is you're not a very nice person, and how can you not think that something that happened to me? And if someone didn't believe me, that would be gutting to me. We too take these things, and that's what I'm saying about the storylines that are being fed out and being put through. Because at the end of the day, do I really want to sound like that I don't really believe that Dorit completely got that if she did or didn't get burgled, and now they've paid off all their debt and all this kind of stuff, and the rumors that she wasn't paying for her own. He asked her at the reunion, and do you remember when he asked? I know I've gone to Dorit now, but do you remember how much he skimmed Dorit about whether she was barred from a designer?
Right. No, and Krista. By the way, Krista, I don't know where you went, but call back in. I don't know why it dropped you out, but call back in and I'll bring you back up. Speaking of the Dorit thing, though, Stephen, and by the way, guys, almost 700 in the room. Smash that like button. For Dorit, they were able to pay off a massive gambling debt, and now people are running wild with speculation that they were able to collect the money from the insurance based off of the burglary, which people are going. Listen, no matter what, when you're in the public eye, the conspiracy theories are going to run wild. Yeah. And maybe that's one of the reasons that one of the housewives is not supporting Dorit through this. I don't know.
But if you look at it like this, we talk about Kyle in a different way. We talked about LVP in a different way. We have a cast of different women. Unfortunately, I don't talk about every housewife and every franchise like I do about Dorit. I do not side-eye. There are certain wives that I will side-eye and be like, okay. If it's like, well, at the end of the day, how did they come up with that construct? But I don't know. The Erica thing for me is, unfortunately, I'm sure she has got a fella. I'm sure she has. She probably won't talk about it. That'll be the storyline that she's so closed off. And Kyle will be like, I just want Erica to talk and be open and be honest. I'm counting how many times we're going to hear the word honest, and really I just hope Garcelle and Sutton are just side-eyed sipping an alcoholic beverage, and who knows, but yeah.
All right.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for
it. I like it. I'm digging it. I wish Krista would have been able to continue the conversation, but that's all right. Krista, again, call back in.
Can I just say one thing about Jenny? Can I just say one thing about Jenny? Because some people were saying, about Jenny and her and what does she have to say. And I said in the chat, unfortunately, she does have something to say. It's a platform. What she's going to say is vile. But I have a feeling, and this is what I just said in the chat, and I think it'd be a good thing to discuss. I have got a feeling that Jenny is going to say that someone in production went through her social media or something. I think she's going to allude that production company, that someone must have seen it or did see it and chose not to do anything about it. And I think it's about to blow up within Salt Lake City. I don't think heads rolled when Bravo made that statement. I think they just fired Jenny. And I think Jenny is going to, just because she doesn't accept accountability, she's going to blame the hiring process. She's going to shift it that someone
But then people are just going to say to her, but you posted it.
Well, they are, but then on the other side, we're going to then say, well, like we've all been saying, what is going on with this hiring process? Why did you miss it and still choose to put her on there?
Right.
She's not going to say, yeah, she's going to blame someone else. She's not going to blame herself.
I mean,
I think she's going to drop grains in there that's going to make us question, well, how did she get to that point and why?
So to be fair, at the end of the day, will you be watching her side of the story when she explains it, or no?
Do I need to, or should I just watch you cover her side?
Hey, either one, Steven. We appreciate it because we definitely
yeah.
won't be talking about it. I just don't know. I don't know
not a
how
bad
that
thing
conversation is going to
sometimes
go.
to know what the other side is saying. I don't think it's bad. Unfortunately, sometimes I will watch things about Joe Rogan or Stephen Crowther or anything like that. I like to know what the bad people out there are saying about people, because without getting too deep into it, I don't think it's always bad to hear the absolute tosh that they speak sometimes. But again, log off, switch off, because they're going to say that in the comfort of their own home, out loud, whatever, and it's horrible. But yeah, all we can do is focus on making the shows more enjoyable for us, because it's our show.
I like that. All right, Steven, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
And hopefully we get to steal you again back soon.
Yeah. Okay, you take care, everyone. Bye.
All right, thanks, Steven.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So again, I was mentioning this earlier. I just got a text message from Jason. We're going yes, I know. We're going live in 30 minutes to do Vanderpump Rules. And no, I won't take the dogs out. Okay, I'm on a live, but I love you guys. I wanted to talk about one last person. We've had some amazing shout outs, whether it's been on Watch What Happens Live when they didn't mention us, Wendy Williams, Heather McDonald, Juicy Scoop, Tamara and Teddy, 2 T's in a Pod. I have to give a shout out because this is one of my favorite clips that is in the archives of my photos and videos. And I just wanted to touch on Wendy Williams really quick.
Fallon teased the interview in a dramatic trailer. Take a look. Fans were speculating that you may have been cheating on Simon.
Simon doesn't get caught unless Simon wants to be caught.
He convinced you to join a show, and now he's engaged to another one of the cast members.
God, the balls on him.
Did that woman, Fallon, did she at least try to come here?
Okay. It looks like I got the wrong clip, but they did mention Up and Adam, so thank you, Norman, for that. Now, so with that, I wanted to bring up Wendy Williams. We're hearing that, of course, she's still navigating her health situation. I don't like to say health issues because I feel like that's like, I don't know. I just don't feel right about saying health issues, but she is navigating her health situation and trying to get back to a place where she is comfortable being on the show and she's in the right frame of mind. And I'm sure that this business, everything that she's been through with her family, her ex-husband, and I mean, we don't have to go down the line or down the rabbit hole. She's been through a lot, but we're all wondering, when will Wendy Williams come back? Now we're hearing that she's saying in order for her to come back, she wants the whole production staff of her show to be fired, canned, gone. What? I don't understand, only because I'm thinking in my head, they're literally holding down the show for you. Sure, they're bringing in guest hosts or Sherry Shepherd or Jerry O'Connell, which I don't necessarily understand, and Michael Rappaport, which I really don't understand, but they're bringing in a few people to co-host and kind of fill in for Wendy, and Wendy's like, no bullshit. This is my show. So now, if you guys want me back when I'm ready to come back, guess what? All of you guys go. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, Wendy. Like, can you imagine? That makes me think, like, in my head, can I take a week off and then come back and be like, Jason, you're fired? Well, no, because Jason doesn't work for me. So I guess I can't do that. But it does make me question, like, how much, I mean, she is Wendy Williams, but do you have that much pull to fire a whole entire staff? Is it because she's too, like, are you embarrassed and you're in your feelings about coming back? And you don't want to see these people because they know everything that's been going on? So you want to start fresh? Like, what would be the reason for that? And that's not the only thing. I do, yes, I'll walk the fucking dogs. I love you. Okay? I love you. Get off me. So what Jordan's like down in the call log, like, go walk the dogs. Shut up. Okay. I'm gonna go walk the dogs. Guys, good morning. But we are coming back in less than 30 minutes. I attached the link in the live chat. We are talking about everything that happened with the Vanderpump Rules reunion part 1 last night. We see Raquel admit that her and James haven't had sex in over 2 years, and she gave back the ring and said she had nightmares about a wedding. Sheena was giving us all the reactions. Lala Kent is crying because Randall Emmett cheated on her, and Lisa Vanderpump is like, you lose them how you get them. I mean, that's a little harsh, but she's not wrong. When Lala met Randall, just to be fair, he had a wife with 2 newish babies, Riley and London. They're little, and Lala knew about them, and she still hooked up with him in a hotel room, and he still left his wife for her. Some fans might call that karma. I feel bad because she has a new baby. The whole situation seems, but also I still feel bad for the ex-wife too. I don't really know. This is why you got to be careful, guys. Do unto others as you would want done unto you, because karma is a bitch and she's real. She lives in all 50 states, every single country. She waits outside my door. If I do something, I get instant karma all the time. Jason will say something and I'm like, what'd you say? Shut up. And then I'll turn around and I'll walk right into a wall. Or, you know, I'll walk past and Jason will like kind of smack me on the arm or something. And then I'll go to hit him back and I'll fall forward. Like karma always gets my ass. She doesn't like me. I know her. We have a love-hate relationship. She loves to bother me. I just hate her ass. It happens a lot. But we are back to talk about Vanderpump Rules in less than 30 minutes. Hopefully you guys can join us. I pinned that at the top of the live chat. Hopefully we can also take callers. I'll talk to Jason about that. But for you guys who called in today, I didn't expect to be rushed out to go walk the dogs because there's 2 of us. I don't know. But Jason walked the dogs yesterday all day. We have to walk them 3 times. I didn't walk them once. I got out of it. So I understand where he's coming from. I get it. In the meantime, I don't even know what the hell I was going to say. We'll be back for Wake Up and Adam tomorrow. We have Vanderpump Rules recap in 30 minutes. Then, of course, tomorrow we will be covering Orange County Housewives and Vanderpump Rules Part 2. We have a big announcement coming on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Jason and I will be out of Florida. We will be back on the West Coast. I can't wait to share with you guys exactly what we're doing. In the meantime, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And to just end us off on a good note, one of my just, you know, when I look at I try to kind of see, are there any funny whatever that I can look at and bring up here? Yeah, I think there is. And this is one of them. Nope, that one wasn't good enough for me. It didn't do the trick. Maybe this one. Hell no. 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 No, 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 no. When we live in Florida, we don't swim with shit that swims like that with the tail. 9 times out of 10, it's an alligator, and we just found a saltwater croc on the golf course right next to where we live. Okay? We don't do that shit. Guys, I'll see you so very soon. I hope you guys had a great morning. Thank you for waking up with me. My 4 shots of espresso kicked in, and now it's time to get to work. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye, 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 bye.